So, artificial intelligence, it's not science fiction anymore. It's right here on our desktops. The big question is, how do you actually use it to make your workday better, like right now? Okay, let's dive into that. We're going to turn this futuristic idea into a super practical playbook for getting your time back every single day.
First things first, let's just look at a typical work week. I mean, research shows that the average person in an office spends get this, a staggering 28 to 40% of their time on stuff AI can totally handle now. We're talking about writing first drafts, summarizing long docs, reformatting data, all that digital grunt work. That is a huge slice of your professional life.
So what does that percentage actually look like in real life? Well, the folks who are jumping on these tools early, they are consistently saying they're saving 2 to 3 hours. And here's the kicker, that's not per week, that's per day. Just think about that for a second. What would you do with that time? You could use it for real strategic planning, maybe mentor a junior colleague, or hey, just leave the office on time for once.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. The goal here is not to replace you, not at all. It's to give you a crazy powerful assistant. You got to think of AI as your co-pilot. It's designed to handle all that repetitive, time-sucking stuff so that you can focus on the work that actually requires a human touch. Strategy, creativity, building relationships.
Yeah, this slide really shows that partnership perfectly. On one side, AI is incredible. It can spit out a first draft, summarize a massive report, or reorganize data in just seconds. But it can't build trust with a client. It can't make that final gut instinct strategic call. And it sure can't take responsibility for an ethical decision. That's where you, with all your expertise, come in.
Okay, so let's get super concrete. How does this co-pilot actually upgrade your day? We're about to look at some of the most common time sinks in any office, and we'll see exactly how AI turns hours of busy work into mere minutes, freeing you up for the work that really moves the needle.
And we have to start with the biggest, baddest productivity killer for pretty much everyone, right? The email inbox. The average office worker spends more than 2.5 hours a day just wrestling with email. AI can slash that time.
So picture this, you get pulled into a long, winding email chain. Instead of spending the next 15 minutes of your life trying to catch up on 40 different replies, you can just ask your AI assistant to summarize it. Boom. In 90 seconds, you get the key decisions, the open questions, and exactly what you need to focus on.
Or how about that really tricky email you've been putting off? You know the one. Instead of staring at that blinking cursor for half an hour, you just give the AI the context, tell it the tone you're going for. It'll give you a polished draft in seconds, which you can then just tweak and personalize. A 30-minute task becomes less than 5.
Okay, let's move on. Another huge area where AI can make a massive difference is reporting. This is where its ability to synthesize a ton of information really shines.
Now, this is the part that I think is just wild. We're not just talking about making data look pretty. You can literally copy-paste raw sales data and ask for a full-blown 2-page executive report. The AI will find the key trends, compare performance, and even suggest what you should do next. A 3-hour job turns into a 30-minute review. That gives you back 2.5 hours to actually act on the findings instead of just compiling them.
So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but is it super complicated? And the answer is no, not at all. To get these incredible results, you really only need to get good at one core skill: writing a great prompt. That's it. That's how you talk to your AI co-pilot.
And a great prompt, it turns out, just has 5 simple parts. You tell the AI its role, you give it the context for the situation, you state the specific task you want done, you define the format for the output, and you specify the tone it should use. That's the whole secret sauce. In fact, you can use this universal template for pretty much any office task you can think of. Think of this as your new superpower. Whether you're writing a marketing plan or a technical doc, just fill in the blanks. And hey, feel free to pause and grab a screenshot of this. It is incredibly useful. Now, with all this new power comes a little bit of responsibility. And this is important. AIs can make mistakes. Sometimes they're called hallucinations, where they'll just state something incorrect with total confidence. So the absolute rule is this: you are always the final checkpoint. Never, ever submit AI-generated content without reviewing it for accuracy first.
So, how do you get started? Well, the best way to build confidence is to just start small and get a few quick wins under your belt. So we've put together a super simple, totally manageable plan to get you going and transforming your work habits in just 1 week. Here it is. Each day, you just try one specific low-stakes thing. On Monday, draft that one email you've been avoiding. On Tuesday, summarize a long thread. By Friday, you'll have saved your very first prompt template. See? This isn't about overhauling your entire life overnight. It's just about building a new habit,
one simple prompt at a time.
You know, at the end of the day, AI is a tool for leverage. It automates the how so that you have more time and brain power for the what and the why. It can't set priorities for you, it can't build a team culture, and it certainly can't decide what truly matters. That's still your job. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do with all that time you get back?